Hi there everyone. Okay, we are going to do the granny square, but as we're doing the granny square, you're also going to be able to use it as a little bit of a review for the double crochet. Okay, so we're going to start out with our slip stitch. Go over again and pull it up. Take our hook, put it through, and we're going to do 6 chain stitches. This is going to form our circle that our double crochets are going to go into. So that's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we have to make the loop. So we're going to go to the very first stitch that we made, and we're going to push our hook in there, grab the yarn, pull it through, and pull it through. So that's a slip stitch. And then we've made our circle. Okay, 2 chains and 3 double crochets in the circle. So here's 1, 2, and now we're making our corners. So we're going to need our chain stitches to form that corner. 1, 2 chain stitches. Pick up and do 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and now if you can see this, we've got 1 corner done. We need 4 corners, so we're going to do 2 more chains, and we're going to do again a cluster of 3 double crochets in that same hole. There's 1, 2, and 3. That's always followed by 2 chains and 3 more double crochets into that same center hole. 2, and that's 3. Okay, there we go. Now we've got 1 corner here, 2, 3, and we need to make our 2 chains. That's forming our 4th corner, and we're going to slip stitch it into that top of that first double crochet, which was actually the 2 chains that we made to come up to the row. Now we want to get here. Okay, so we're going to just slip stitch under the 2 pieces of the top of the double crochet. Pull through and slip stitch. We're not picking anything up. Going through the top, grab the yarn and pull it right through. Now we go into our first corner, do another slip stitch, and now where we are supposed to be, and we're going to do again 2 chains followed by 2 double crochets, and my dryer is done. There we go. Okay, and 2 chains, and go back in that corner again with 3 double crochets. There's 1, 2, and 3. And that's going to be followed by 2 chains Now we're going to move to this next corner. Okay, pick up, double crochet, 2 clusters of 3 double crochets separated by 2 chain stitches. So there's my 3 double crochets, my 2 chain stitches, and pick up, go back in that same corner, and we're doing 3 double crochets. That's 2, and one more is 3, followed by 1, 2 chains to get me to my next corner. 3 double crochets, 2, 3 double crochets, 2 chains. That makes our corner. We're going to go back in the same opening with our second cluster of 3 double crochets. Followed by, you guessed it, 2 chains. Going to go into this corner. Okay, can you see it? How it's forming a square. Pick up, do 3 double crochets, two chains, and another 3 double crochets. 2 clusters of double crochets separated by 2 chains. And we're almost done with this round. See how it's making a square? Okay. And let's do our 2 chains. And let's attach it to where we started this round with a slip stitch. Slip it through. Push through the top of that double crochet, grab the yarn, and slip it through. Now we're in the corner where we want to be. Slip stitch again. There we go. Okay. Here's our little square. We've done 2 rows. Our first row, our second row. Okay. 2 chains up, 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets, so I think you're getting the idea. I just wanted to take you this far so that you can see now, as our square gets bigger, we're ending up with an extra space that we need to fill. So we're going to do our 2 chains, and we're going to do 3 double crochets in here. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 chains, and that gets you to your next corner. Okay, so I think you're getting the idea. I like to do granny squares of only 4 rows. Okay, 2 chains. Here's my next corner now. 1 double crochet, 2, and 3. Now look what's happening. When you complete this round, and you're going to go to your fourth and perhaps your final row, instead of having one space as we did in row 2, now you're going to have 2 spaces. And that's what happens when you're making the square. If you were to make it more rows, you would end up with more spaces to fill. Okay, and 2 chains go into that space with 3 double crochets. Two chains, and you're going to go into your next corner, pick up, go in, grab the yarn, pick up, pull through 2, pick up, pull through 2. That's your double crochet. There's number 2, number 3, 2 chains, and your next cluster of 3. It's 2, 3, 2 chains, go into that center space, do 3 double crochets. My yarn is snapped. Okay, there we go. That was 2, here's 3. 1, 2 chains, go into the corner, 3 double crochets we're going to make, followed by 2 chains, followed by 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and now our double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And I just want to get you to the end of this row. 1, 2, fill in that center with 3 double crochets. And 1, 2 chains. Connect it to where you started your row with a slip stitch. Slip it through. Slip it through and slip it through. So now, let's just make believe this is the end of your 4th row. What you would do is you would cut your yarn, say about here, okay, and then you would just take that piece of yarn that's flopping down and you would grab it and pull it all the way through, and that will lock your granny square. Let me grab a scissor. Hang in there with me for a second. Okay, so take a look here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my yarn around here. You would do this after the 4th row. I'm doing it after the 3rd just so the video's not terribly long. See, it's dangling there, and I'm going to grab it, pull it through, pull it, and it locks it. Okay, and that is your granny square. So this one has 3 rows, which is also a nice size. But like I said, I don't like doing my granny squares more than 4 rows. Okay, there you go. Okay, hope you were able to see it all right. See you next week.